Today I want to do my post for the Zimbabwean people, the black people. I know that you fought for your freedom and you fought for the freedom of everyone. So how come now you saying that what you did, taking the lands back like that, was good? It was not good. Do you know, if you look at the lives of people like Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, you look at what they did. They did peaceful protests, they followed legal systems, and some of them gave up their lives because they were also looking for equal rights for everybody, not just for the black people. So I think you should look at that and seriously consider it. Especially Zimbabwe should seriously look at what they did when they did like the March to Selma and all the peaceful protests and all that. They followed legal things, legal laws, and they got the laws changed and the laws overturned. Because when you go and you take somebody's diamond mine or somebody's gold mine and you just say, this is mine now, you have to get out, like Idi Amin, who's going to want to invest in your country? Seriously. If you know that they're taking suitcases full of diamonds and they're taking them and taking it to Saudi Arabia, and suitcases full of cash, and your own people are starving and your own people are working on those mines in unsafe working conditions, you can't blame them. Because here we go through hell to stand up for our human rights, to stand up to live, to say that, you know what, even if somebody's got a disability, they can still work. You don't have to euthanize them. To say that we want better pay, we want better rights. I had to do that at Teleperformance. They wouldn't give us any wage increases. And I said to them, it's not fair. I worked hard for you. I worked for you for 2 years, and you telling me we're not going to give you any wage increases, and if you don't want, you can leave the job. That's what they told me. And I was like, that's not fair. You have to give us something. We're paying for your phone, and then when they started working at home, we started working at home. We were paying what they would pay for rent, internet. Then they said, oh, you have to bring your own computer. I said, no, you are the employer. You provide the equipment. You set up the ID. I'm not an independent contractor. And you're not paying me the rates that independent contractors get. Independent contractors earn $50 to $60 an hour minimum if they have to provide their own phone, their own internet, work from home, and you're not providing any benefits. They didn't give us even any benefits. When you work here through agencies, you don't get any medical, you don't get pension, you don't get health care. I had to do that for 11 years because that's what my boss arranged with HR. That for 10 years, I wouldn't be able to get something within TD. And I didn't know that. I just signed the thing saying, yeah, okay, you know. And I couldn't, as a result of that, I couldn't get any permanent job within any of the banks. I was new to Canada. I didn't know any better. So that's my message for the black leaders. It's good that you put out a message for Jesse Jackson. And it's good that you honor him. It's good that you acknowledge him and the role he played for us in Africa. And the role he played for us here, even in Canada. As an Indian woman, he stood up for me. For the ones who are the poorest of the poor, for the marginalized, for the ones who grew up losing our fathers young. He stood up for me as a woman, an Indian child in Africa. So you should also do that. And you shouldn't make a joke of, oh yeah, we took the land back and it's funny. It's not funny. It's not funny because it sends a message like what Hamas did, that you can just go into somebody's private party and kidnap the women and girls and men and rape them and film it and film them and how they were treated, being kicked and all that. It's not funny. And you can't say, oh, that's part of war. I know some of the South African leaders do that. I can't remember all the names, but I know they do it. If you talk to the Rhodesian army, I don't know if they will be open to talking to you or not, but if you talk to them, the last thing you do is become aggressors. The last thing you do is take a life and go in and rape and kill. And if you won't do it for the Rhodesian army, and you won't do it for your own children, do it for the likes of Jesse Jackson, Reverend Jesse Jackson, and Dr. King, Martin Luther King, and Rosa Parks. Do it for them and change your mindsets. Because believe you me, all of the African diaspora who are out, we would rather not be. But because of the messages that you're sending and what you're doing, and you're creating great divides between the rich and the poor, like Canada's doing now, there's nowhere left to go. You should be sitting and crying, not laughing and saying, yeah, we did a good thing. It's not good to do that, to go and take somebody's legal own mine, especially if they bought it after independence and after everything was done, and to have masses of people sitting outside on the pavement selling their wares because they haven't got city centers and designated places to sell them. And how is the country going to come up? If you like Canada and you want more poverty, you want more food banks usage, you want more people not able to afford houses, you want more single women and girls to be like me sitting at home, then carry on down your path. Because I can tell you now, Canada never used to be that way. It never used to be the way it is now. And even these food banks that we have, the food banks themselves are saying we don't want this to continue. We want to close the food banks. We want people to go and work. We want people to have jobs. We want people to own homes. You should think about it, really and truly. I'm not saying it to hurt you. I know that the liberation struggle was very hard, but I think you really need to look at what the black leaders did and how they changed things. I mean, Canada is so backwards. We only have black people now in leadership positions, in our universities, in teaching, in banking. And on top of that, the people on the front lines let us down. When Barrett Masrani was running TD, they let us down because they got involved in all that drug trafficking and prostitution. They supported it in the banks. Do you think women like me who got that education in Zimbabwe and came here and brought our families here, do you think that's what we want? Do you think we want people like Jeffrey Epstein and we want our children to go and work for people like Jeffrey Epstein? We don't. Maybe the princes and the kings of this world want that for their children, like Princess Fergie. Maybe they want it. Well, we don't want that. And you people in Africa, you black leaders in Africa, you know better. So set the standard. Don't follow Mark Carney and say, yes, look how good we are, we got food banks. You should be ashamed. He didn't even post a message for Lent until hundreds of people posted that we are upset with him. Think about it. It's very sad, I can tell you that. You have to look at the lives of people like Jesse Jackson, Dr. King. Look at their lives. If you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, there's truth in what I'm saying, and you should be listening to me. But look at their lives. They didn't have to send ambassadors from America to Africa, but they did. So think about it. Who you supporting? You're supporting Russia, aggressors that go in and just take land and rape and kill and do whatever they want. It's very sad, Zimbabwe. It's very sad. It's Lent. So use this time, all the Christian leaders in Africa, use this time to dialogue with the Muslims. Change hearts. Don't push us into more poverty. That's not what I want.